Welcome to EVE Online. I'm Major Freak. Gonna lead you through giving certain people or corporations gunnery access and the pros and cons of doing so and the obvious misconceptions built up by the coding and the description and the assumptions therein and the whole difficulty of doing it. So, I've already had videos on ACLs and profiles and all that stuff, and we just go straight to the punch. So I have a bunch of structures, and I would like to give access to a gunnery position, say in... Now all of these use different profiles for... basically so I can charge slightly different charges for cloning, so I know who's installing a clone and using it and where. So if that structure gets targeted or I want to move it or whatever, I'm able to select from my wallet who's using those. You know, how many people are using them, okay, who needs to be informed, what alliances need to, you know, nudge their people to get their stuff out and stuff like that. So I do it that way. That's why I have individual. Now, if you're probably like anybody else, you probably only got one profile. So here's how you change that profile. Now, you go into profile settings, and here's the docking access. Now, docking access is pretty much, can you dock? There's no fee, okay? Corporation offices, you can set fees. This is control. This is the gunnery. This is, can you take control? Now, when you do that, if you're in a war, you can't have your neutral alt control the guns against a war target of the Upwell, because the gunner is not of that in a war. Now, I have not tested if... Oh, of course you can. Sorry. A person at war with that target, as long as the Upwell and the target... well... I'm thinking about whether... There's lots of questions here, but I'm pretty sure I can make an educated guess that, knowing CCP, that as long as you're controlling a structure, its settings for safety are your settings for safety when attacking war targets in high-sec. Pretty sure that's true. Anyways, I do know that, say, an alliance member out of corp, but an alliance member controlling the guns can shoot at war targets of who was at war with that alliance. That I know, at least. Now, whether or not I can take control of a structure and shoot a war target that is at war with me and the Upwells is going to answer all these questions completely. Unfortunately, it looks like I will not get that chance to test that out. It looks I've done locate agents and all the war targets are docked at JITA, which is their, you know, you have to go 14 pages to see anything that's not JITA related in the ZKill. Yeah, so anyways, this is your control. So, okay, so how do you get somebody that you want into your access list without giving them complete control of everything else? Because, you know, I mean, where do I put them? If I put them in gunnery, but then I've got them in everything else, I don't want them to give them too much control and relax. It's okay. Control means very limited control. They can man the guns, they can add fuel, they can add fighters, and they can add ammo. And they can fire guns, activate your stuff. What they cannot do is turn off things, you know, using the fitting control or anything. They can't turn off things. They cannot rip out things. They cannot remove anything at all. And if you are a director in the corporation, and I believe, I'm not sure if it's court members themselves, but yeah, anybody with corporate director level stuff can, if somebody's controlling your, say a spy got into your structure, your corp, and took over the control of the structure, and was preventing anybody else from taking over control, you as a director can boot them off. So that's taken care of. And the idea is to add ACLs to pretty much every... You've got multiple ACLs for different things. You've got the gunnery people who can dock, and mostly it's overlapping a lot of, like, especially in really big alliances. They've got a lot of ACLs that other people are managing. Like, other people are managing this, other people are managing this. I'm managing this and this as well, and this and this. But this is also somebody else who's got control of. You can even. So you can, these people are controlling that, and I'm not at all. I don't believe I have any ability to alter that ACL. Somebody else is manually, like in real time, they can block, they can do anything, they can do a whole bunch of stuff with their own access list. I believe your own profiles override, like if you give somebody access. I'm not really sure, but if you give somebody explicitory access, it'll override. I'm not really sure about the overrides here, but if you, we're assuming that you're just trying to add gunners, and you're obviously not blocking that corporation or player through other ACLs. So what we'll do is, obviously we'll use the gunnery access list. I don't believe I have control of that access list at all. Let's check it out. And so this is how you do it. So I've only got holding. So I've just got that. That's the only access list I have control over. So I'm like, all right. So what do you do to give gunnery access for holding? So all you have to do really is add it. I don't believe you can put it there. You have to actually put it on top of the folder like this. There you go. Okay, so it's, yeah, on top of the folder, and you have to go save. It's very different from access lists. So save, so holding. Okay, so you've got holding, and now you do, okay, I want to add Major Domo. But why not add the entire corporation? Anyways, doesn't matter. We'll just show you this. So you can add as member, and that will just give them that, and now they're suddenly able to take control. This, if they were, say, added to manager, that means, what is manager again? I believe that means they can add people to this list, and administrator means you can remove people. It's been a while since I looked at that. But yeah, I do want to see if those retards at CCP actually put out a blog describing this kind of thing. They might have, but you know, dev blogs, it's going to take me forever to find it, but I will, and I'll post the description. So that's pretty much how you do it. It's no big deal. There's no real worry. It's just, they now have, they're now in holding. If they have access to dock, they'll be able to take control. So it's like, you don't have to add it to everything, as long as, you know, if it's a free port, it's no worries. I mean, I have free port for all my stuff, but of course my general access list that's controlled by Seneche, that's a lot of blocks. I keep up to date on, well, as much as I can, blocking everybody. I just drag it in there, blocked, drag it in there, blocked. And if somebody joins another alliance that is blocked and they need access, I just add them expatriates. So that'll give them access over the blocked. So there's your answer for that. You can actually, if you've got them blocked and alliance blocked, you can give certain characters explicit access. Very complicated, I know, but that's how it works. Yeah, it'll take me forever to go looking for the blog, so yeah, I'll put that, I'll shut down the video and look for that. But that should be definitive enough. You know, I just gave access just to this Insuria Bardich, but she's already got access via other access lists, so that's just, you know, besides the point. But yeah, that's how you do it. It's fairly interesting, but also very confusing the way they have. It's like planetary interaction. It's very, you know, one hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing. So hopefully, I'll probably need to watch this video myself just to understand what the hell, you know, because once you've done it and set it, it's kind of hard to remember the steps to get that set again because it's just not very intuitive. You've got to save, you've got to do all the stuff where the ACLs you just plug and play. It's just so maddening. So do remember that. Don't forget, when you drag it, you got to drag it right onto the this folder right here. You got to drag it right onto there or it won't work, and then you have to hit save. So don't forget those. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I think I've covered everything about wars and stuff like that. You can attack stuff a gunner can't do. Yeah, that's once you get it down, it's a nice system, but getting there is just mental. So anyways, I'll leave you there and go look for the dev blog if there is any.